Nathan, what is the budget for the Black Stars games against Chad and Madagascar?
The budget for the Black Stars.
Where is the budget?
Where is it?
Yes.
By this time, should it not be either with the GFA being prepared or it has been prepared and it's with the ministry?
What did President tell us at the State of the Nation? What did President say?
He said the budget should be made public. That's what he said.
Do you know that as we speak, the budget has been sent to the Sports Ministry for onward transfer to the Finance Minister for instructions to be given for disbursements to begin?
I won't be surprised.
In 10 days' time, Ghana is playing Chad over here in Accra. 3 days after, they travel to Morocco to go and play against Madagascar. Okay? As we speak, plans are being made for tickets to be acquired, for players to come into the country for training or for camping. Hotel reservations have been made in Morocco for players to go and lodge. Air tickets have been procured for players to travel to Morocco and for players to travel into the country. All of those arrangements, plans are far advanced.
Really?
So why is Honorable Kofi Adams refusing to give us a breakdown, a thorough breakdown of every single budget line item in the document that has been presented to him? Why? Nathan, why? 10 days to crucial World Cup qualifiers against Chad and Madagascar. And even as we speak, players who are supposed to go and play have received their call-ups. Honorable Kofi Adams, their clubs, respective clubs, have received invites from the Ghana Football Association regarding the release of players who play for a national team that play for them. So everything is set as far as those games are concerned. How much winning bonuses we are going to pay the players, all of those details are in the budget presented to Kofi Adams. So Honorable Kofi Adams, following the president's clear language and clear instruction or directive to you that budget for our 2 AFCON games must be made public, Honorable Kofi Adams, why is this budget still not in the public space? Then now this is where I get to the concern of the day. So Nathan, deep throat sources revealed to me that some powerful people within the football ecosystem, some powerful people within the football ecosystem have been sent to the sports minister to convince him not to release the budget. And these are their reasons. If the budget comes out, whether the figure is small or huge, the media will not create a positive atmosphere around the budget. Now, when the media behave that way, it would create negative energy around the Black Stars. And when there's so much negativity around the Black Stars, the focus will shift from talking about the game and possible outcome to now talking about budget, how much is involved. It will distract the team.
I understand now.
That is what we are hearing. That they have deployed emissaries to go and look for the sports minister and deliver this message to him.
This is 40 FM, the voice of sport.
Whether they have arrived in the sports ministry to deliver this message or not, I don't know. But powerful people within the sports football ecosystem have been deployed to go and break this news to the sports minister. And when this news gets to the sports minister, same is supposed to be conveyed to the number one man of the land.
I see.
So, according to them, if you don't want any negativity around the Black Stars ahead of these games, don't publish the budget. So that budget that came, the World Cup budget,
the 2022 one.
the noise that we made around it was evidence to buttress their point. That you see, even a dead budget, see how the media resurrected the dead budget as if it was the budget we were going to use to play the World Cup. So that was their case their case study. Nathan, this morning let me speak to Honorable Kofi Adams. Whether the emissaries have come to him or not, Honorable Kofi Adams, resist every temptation of disclosing this budget after the 2 games. Honorable Kofi Adams, resist every temptation of refusing to disclose this budget before the games. Whether the people have gone there or not, Nathan, I don't know whether they've arrived. I don't know whether they've gone there to speak to the minister on this matter. But if they have, Honorable Kofi Adams, resist any temptation, resist every temptation of releasing this budget post games,
okay,
or resist every temptation of not releasing this document at all. That is my message for the Honorable Sports Minister this morning. So, Nathan, based on what I've heard, they say the media, if they bring this budget, even if it is 1 cedi, the media will create negative atmosphere around the stars. If it's 20 million, the matters for. So Kofi Adams should keep the budget.
Hey, really? But wait, let me ask you a question. So is it true that if they release the budget, we the media will create a negative?
So we'll ask a few questions. We'll ask a few questions. Why is this one here? Why is that one there? Why is this one not there? Why is this one taking so much? We'll ask a few questions. As for that one, we'll ask. But you see, we'll ask because we feel that at this point in time, where we want to be austere, we think that some of these things we want to practice austerity measures. Would expect that there's a bit of frugality around our spending.
Okay. So
would be concerned if some of the figures don't make sense, or if some of the figures are over the board. Okay. And would ask legitimate questions. I don't know if that is what people are saying would trigger Ghanaians or will get Ghanaians angry and then will create a negative atmosphere around the stars. Because they're saying it would come out as if people have created a budget because they want to go and chop money. You see, they don't want any of that around the national. So let's keep quiet.
But is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, you see, it has its good side and it has its bad side.
Okay.
Indeed, if media shines light on the said budget because of the possible, figures that we, the figures that we feel shouldn't be there. If we make noise about it, definitely some of these players will hear. It would create a certain atmosphere in town. Okay. All of those things will come up.
Yes.
But again, in the interest of transparency, if you want to be transparent and if you want people to appreciate the fact that, look, this is what is ahead of us. And indeed, this is how much we have to spend. And we're able to justify it. I think that it helps the president's quest to have a transparent sports ministry and transparency in the dealings of the sports ministry. I think that it helps. So it has its downside and it has its good side. So whichever way, since the president has promised us that as part of the reset, transparency is key, I think that it would just be nice, or the honorable thing to do would be for Honorable Kofi Adams to just make that budget public. Let us have our say. Let us criticize as much as we can. If we have to, let us do so.
Okay.
Whatever corrections have to be done, let them do it. But let us be convinced that we are getting value for money. It's as simple as that. Let's be convinced we are getting value for money. All of this is because of value for money. So if we have to spend $50 million on these 2 games, and it can be justified,
and we can explain it, and that is fine.
And we know we are getting value for money, regardless of the performance, we'll keep quiet.
Okay.
But that secrecy, all these things.
The secrecy only adds,
it adds to the speculation, it adds to the anger, and it doesn't convince anybody to believe that, look, this is the course I must support.
And even to add to that, when there is no clear cut, for example, when there's no information, right? Anybody can speculate any amount, and that is what people will go to town with.
Yes.
And the last thing you want, and you see, as for speculation, it even angers people the more. Right? So, look, do I agree that I'm with you on the plus side, and I think it's fair that we lay out both sides of the coin. When you mention the budget, be ready for people to say a few things. There are some people who will look at it fairly. That is okay. There are some people who will look at it and say, hey, those people are there. But if you can justify, and if the budget is realistic, and we can all maybe do our checks and realize that, it is true. Hotel cost XYZ. Ticket cost XYZ. This cost XYZ. When we add everything, we get this amount. And it's the same thing on the budget. We are good to go, and we move on.
And these costs based on our own independent checks can be confirmed. So this hotel in Morocco, this is the range, and this is what we are going for. So indeed, it makes absolute sense. So this is flight tickets, business class tickets from England to Ghana. This is the cost, and this is what is in the budget. It's fair. From Spain to Ghana, from Saudi Arabia to Ghana, from Qatar to, you see, all of these things. Just let us believe that indeed there's value for money, and nobody is padding up numbers to benefit. That is all. It's as simple as that.
That is all. I always say that the Ghanaian Black Stars, or the Black Stars fans, 2014 was a watershed moment for a lot of Black Stars fans. So the people running football they need to understand the psychology of the Black Stars fan. The Ghanaian has nothing against the Black Stars.
No.
Not at all. The Ghanaian does not have a problem with the Black Stars. The Ghanaian has a problem with the things around the Black Stars. So the way the FA handles the Black Stars and things around money and all of that, vis-a-vis our own state as a country, where we are in terms of our finance and economy. So I think the handlers of the national team and people around the national team need to understand these things, and they should know how to communicate so that you have the sensibilities of Ghanaians in your mind. You still communicate clearly, and when you do things, you don't do things to anger the fans. Because I don't know of any national team that will ever succeed when the fans are against it, either overtly or covertly. No way. When fans of the team want the team to fail, somehow it will not work, because there's, I've come to understand that
the goodwill of the people behind.
Very good. I've come to understand that even, I'm a firm believer in science, logic, numbers, all of those things. But there's a place for energy, psychic energy. You get like the unseen thing. And they'll tell you, people who believe in those will tell you the law of attraction. Whatever you say or whatever you kind of draw to yourself, that's what comes to you, right? So the people handling our national team, they need to understand it, right? Look, for us as media people, we will do the best we can to generate positive auras around the team, to generate a good vibe. People should support the team, but the handlers of the team must do their part well. Look at what you're saying. That people are saying, if you don't release, you see, not releasing the budget or not letting Ghanaians know how much we are going to spend in this context is bad news.
Yes.
Because now you feed people speculation. You create the atmosphere for people to speculate. And as for speculation, you can't control it. So better let us know. Then we put that aside quickly. We gather around and support the team on the 21st. And we are good to go.
So Nathan, as we speak, I have just received another information. That Honorable KCL Atufosin will drop a figure in the budget today.
He will drop something?
He will drop a figure. Not the full details.
Is it for these 2 games?
Yeah, these 2 games.
Okay, no problem.
You drop a figure for these 2 games today.
All right, let's see.
Then Kofi Adams will now have to go deep into the figures and reveal the rest.
No problem, we'll see.
But in the budget, I'm told that Honorable KCL Atufosi will drop a figure that should soothe the hearts of the good people of
Okay.
Ghana.
All right.
According to the report I'm getting.
We'll see.